I think it's important not to celebrate prematurely the student loan debt forgiveness that has been announced by Joe Biden. And the reason I say that is that it is looking slightly more plausible that that student loan debt forgiveness could end up blocked. Now, earlier in the week, we discussed this on the bonus show. And when we talked about it on the bonus
Oh,
show,
the bonus show where you want to make money, but everybody else that makes money to fund themselves is bad.
among other things, one of the things that came up is that disgusting Republican Senator Ted Cruz is working on blocking it. And one of the things that came up in our discussion about Ted Cruz is that even Ted Cruz was admitting he isn't totally clear on who could bring a lawsuit. Could it be a taxpayer who says, hey, $2,100 supposedly of my tax money is being used to pay off someone's student loans or to forgive someone's student loans, and that hurts me, so I'm filing a lawsuit? Would a random taxpayer have standing? What about someone who just is outside of the income range for forgiveness? Like if you make $126,000 instead of $125,000, it's not clear. But increasingly, it seems as though it is at least plausible that the plan could be blocked. Arizona's Republican Attorney General said he and others are looking at bringing a legal challenge to Joe Biden's plan for the cancellation of student debt. If we can bring a challenge, we will bring a challenge, he said to CNBC in an interview on Tuesday. The state's Republican Attorney General said he and others are looking to bring a challenge, and GOP attorneys general from Missouri and Texas, as well as Ted Cruz, who I already mentioned, all are figuring out how might we be able to block Joe Biden's plan. And this is causing understandable anxiety for the tens of millions that stand to benefit from this plan. Now, as CNBC writes, a drawn out legal challenge would threaten to throw the fate of an estimated 43 million people's debts into limbo for the foreseeable future. And the issue could make its way to the Supreme Court. Lawrence Tribe, Harvard law professor, wrote, the uncertainty for borrowers in the meantime is considerable. No lawsuits have yet been filed, but it looks like they want to do it sooner than later. So there's a couple of different things here that I think are important. One is, yes, it is completely plausible at this point, based on all of the legal opinions I've read, it is plausible that this could be tied up for years. Now, whether ultimately it will be found to be within Joe Biden's purview and something he can do and something that's legal and something that can be done, I don't know. But if it gets tied up for years before any forgiveness is done, that's still going to be very bad for 43 million borrowers. That's number one. Number two, this also could backfire on Republicans. We have seen for months now the chances for Democrats in the House and Senate tick up and up and up. Slowly, yes, but they have ticked up and up and up. And part of that is on the backs of the overturning of Roe v. Wade, much celebrated by many Republican officials, not popular with the American public. Part of it has been Republican inaction on gun safety. And we know from polling that this level, this degree of student loan debt forgiveness that has been offered is quite popular with the American people. So while indeed it is something Republicans might be able to hold up, it also appears to be something that Republicans should be cautious about holding up, because it does not seem as though the American people actually want it stopped. But at this point, it is getting enough momentum behind it, the block the forgiveness movement, that it would be weird not to mention the fact that it is not a complete and total foregone conclusion. One of our sponsors is Little Spoon, your one-stop shop for healthy, easy meals and snacks for your baby, toddler, or big kid, delivered right to your door. With fresh, organic baby food for every stage, toddler and kids meals that even the picky eaters will love, and the new line of healthy smoothies, Little Spoon has you covered. Little Spoon makes everything fresh. It's just like homemade. It's ready in mere moments. All of the recipes are delicious. They're nutritionally balanced and free of junk. Little Spoon's baby food is 100% organic and cold pressed for every eating stage. For toddlers and kids, Little Spoon has the classics, mac and cheese, but they'll sneak things in like butternut squash and carrots. They have more adventurous meals, cheesy pupusas or chicken pot stickers. They're all kid approved, packed with nutrients, and Little Spoon's organic smoothies are perfect when you need something quick and easy. And the best part is kids' meals under $6 and baby food and smoothies under $3 each. Plus, you'll get 50% off your first order when you go to littlespoon.com and use the coupon code PACMAN50. The link is down below.